Welcome to Unsigned518's Weekend Spotlight. This episode is a bit of a torch passing, I guess you could say. I'm here with BJ Schwinghammer. BJ, say hello to the folks.
Hey, everybody. Happy Thursday.
Yeah, happy Thursday indeed. And I'd been teasing for like a couple weeks that, you know, due to my busy schedule and, obligations with Metroland and the band and all that shit, doing 2 podcasts a week was getting to be a little much. And I was like, you know, this show has like a template. If I could just find somebody that I trust who knows about local music, who I trust as a human being, and that human being is you, BJ. So I guess welcome to your new position, because we'll do, I guess, maybe an episode or 2 together, right?
Yeah, I mean, that sounds good. I mean, your local music knowledge is far exceeds mine so far, but I think I will get there quickly. Yeah,
very quickly. And plus, I'll still be producing the show, so we'll be doing this together. Oh, you got an alarm going off. Look at you. See, we're doing it raw, just uncut, just shit happening. So going forward, like I said, you'll be doing the show. I'll be still doing Unsigned518. I'll still be producing this show. It'll still be, I'll still fucking pop in every once in a while or whatever. But
I'll just be rounding off the weekends.
Yeah,
a nice little accoutrement.
But I guess let's just get started and talk about our first event. So I'm gonna hand it right over to you, dude.
All right. Well, we're gonna start with Stockade-a-Palooza happening tonight.
It's Stockade-a-Palooza Fest.
Thank you.
I like that. They took all the things and put them all together. Yeah. Sorry.
It's great. They put the name in. It's like Stockade-a-Palooza Fest. It's all these dashes. It's a very long, wonderful name. It's how many nights with the 4 nights?
I think it looks like Thursdays? It was like 4 Thursdays starting tonight.
Yeah.
And then happening every Thursday at Stella's over there in Schenectady. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so night 1. So tonight's night 1 is going to be Canella, Peter Anello Band, and Bad Monk. So this is going to be from 4:30 to 9 at Stella's Pasta Bar and Bistro in Schenectady. What's it, 237 Union Street?
237 Union Street in Schenectady, yeah. Yeah,
so it's got a nice length of time for Thursday. You can still kind of get home if you have to work on Friday.
Yeah, I like the early shows.
Oh, yeah.
Because you could just, like you said, you can get home in time. And when it's summer like this, it's still daylight out when you get home at 9 o'clock.
Yeah, and you read fest, and I was like, man, how early are they going to start? It's just a fest, but it starts at the perfect time for grown-ups who have to, go to work. That being said, we decided to pick out a song from Canella, Groomer, off their latest EP, The Snake.
Yeah.
And let's show that to everybody real quick.
All right,
cool. Here we go. Here is Groomer from Canella. right, that was Groomer from Canella off their latest EP, The Snake. And let's not forget
Tonight.
Yeah, tonight, food trucks.
What is it? The official name is the Thursday Night Market and Food Truck Corral.
I didn't know that previously. It was just the food trucks. You go, it's a food trucks and
That's
music.
what we call it too. That's what, you're going to the food trucks, but it's the Thursday Night Market and Food Truck Corral.
Yeah, and that is going to be at the Shirt Factory, and that's a House of M thing, as runs the music, and who better?
At the Rock Hill Bakehouse stage, because there's multiple stages, isn't there?
There are 2 to 3, I think, at any given time. Yeah. All right, fair enough.
So it's just the one stage.
Just the one stage. You can't miss it. It's the one with the big old Metroland banner on it. That's an awesome banner. But instead of us just going on about it, I think better to hear it from James himself.
Totally.
So, James, why don't you give everybody the info on the upcoming food truck shows?
Hey, BJ, great to talk to you, man. It's awesome to see that you're the new host of the Weekend Spotlight. Congratulations. We took last week off for the 4th of July holiday over at the Thursday Night Market and Food Truck Corral at the Shirt Factory, but we're firing things right back up this week. And on the Metroland stage in the parking lot of the Rock Hill Bakehouse, we've got High Peaks Bluegrass Band bringing you some nice bluegrass folk music for your listening pleasure. As we get ready to kick off the second half of the food truck season, we've got a lot coming your way. Find us on Instagram at House of M Entertainment, at House of M518. You'll be able to see the entire July lineup coming soon as we post weekly with what's coming up. All right, BJ, back to you, man.
All right, James, thank you so much. See, he explains it much better than I do, quite honestly. All right, into Friday. Friday, it's the day. It's one of the days that leads into the weekend. We all love it, and
I always think of Thursday as the appetizer. You know what I mean?
It is.
It's like you go out Thursday to get juiced for the weekend.
Yeah, and then Friday you go all in.
Yeah.
Saturday is kind of trepidatious, and Sunday you just kind of lay there going,
why?
Yeah, why did I do that? I'm gonna do it again next weekend anyways. But that being said, all right, so Friday, there's gonna be a show at the Cock and Bull in Galway. So it's 5342 Parkus Mills Road in Galway is the Cock and Bull, and that is going to be Drink the Gold at 6 p.m. and that is our good friend
James Gascoigne.
Yeah. That's right.
Who you didn't even realize that. As we were putting the show together, I'm like, Drink the Gold, James Gascoigne, and you're like, yeah, I totally do. And I'm like, that's James and Una.
I already know somebody already that I didn't know that I know in this whole thing. It's wonderful. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, they've performed in the Dazzle Den. It was super cool. It was one of those moments where I was like, man, my life is kind of cool sometimes. To just hear some traditional Irish music being played live at my house. It was awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. And with that in mind, considering it's an traditional Irish music on a Friday, we decided to play a little ditty from them called "Drunken Night and Dry in the Morning," which is just.
Yeah, you can probably relate. I'm dry all the time now, like a boring old man. But
Yes, I still get quite wet depending on the weekends. So all right, here we go. We're gonna play this for you. It's "Drunken Night and Dry in the Morning" by Drink the Gold. Enjoy. Drunk at Night and Dry in the Morning by Drink the Gold. And I believe you enjoyed it as much as we do.
Totally.
Thank you. So now we're going to check in with the gentleman at our band show. And that's what we're doing. So take it away, Christian and Patrick. There you go.
Thank you very much, BJ, and congratulations on becoming the host of the Weekend Spotlight for Unsigned518. It's going to be fantastic to work with you going forward. And welcome into our band show. We've been very busy the last month, including a live stream with a 3-piece rock band called Of the Atlas. You can check out that live stream now on our YouTube channel at Our Band Show. We also stepped outside the studio for the first time and filmed a show at Reason and Ruckus in Poughkeepsie, New York. Ben Basili invited us to record his album release show for Benergy. We sat down with Ben for a few minutes to talk about what it means to him to perform a live show in his hometown in front of his friends and family.
Hey everybody, thanks for coming out to my album release show at Reason and Ruckus. Playing a show in my hometown is really special for me because I kind of feel like I rarely get to do it anymore in the Hudson Valley. I actually, travel a lot all over the world. And so to be able to do a hometown show where my family and my friends and people I grew up with can finally come and see what I do, it's really special. I ended up having the album release show at Reason and Ruckus because the venue was recommended to me by some friends who also play in bands and have played there before, and they said it's the spot in Poughkeepsie. And so I went there to go see a show a couple months ago, and I just loved the vibe. I loved that it was like downtown in Poughkeepsie proper. Myself and a lot of people I know grew up going to shows right there in Poughkeepsie at the Chance, and Reason and Ruckus is just like right around the corner from the Chance. So very happy to have my show right in Poughkeepsie, downtown on Main Street. Let me talk a little bit about my awesome band that I have on stage. So Alex and Alex are the guitar player and drummer. They play in Big D and the Kids Table with me, and I've been playing with them for years now, and we've traveled all over the world together. You may have recognized my identical twin brother, Anthony, on the trombone. We don't get to play music together that often anymore, so these shows have been really special. On saxophone is my best bud, John Deegan, who actually produced the whole record, Benergy, alongside with me, so thank you to John. Trumpet player, longtime friend of mine, we went to college together, Vince Tampio. And on the keyboards is my new friend, Kaylee. This is actually our first time playing music together this weekend. You may or may not know, but I have been a musician for well over 15 years. I started when I was in college, and I have mostly been a member or a side person or side member of any other various bands. So this is my first solo debut record where I'm finally like, hey, this is Ben Basili. It's not Big D and the Kids Table. It's not In the Pocket. It's not Poughkeepsie Jazz Project. This is what Ben Basili is and who and what he sounds like. And because of that, you hear it's a wonderful mix of ska, reggae, and jazz just all mashed up together.
I just want to say getting out of the studio and into a live venue was an amazing experience. For the first time, we were shoulder to shoulder with the crowd as we filmed and recorded all the music that evening of Ben Basili and his awesome band. Just feeling the energy coming off the fans and just enjoying the mix of jazz and ska and reggae was just an intense vibe that you don't necessarily get in the studio. It was a lot of fun, definitely worth doing again, and I'm so happy that our band show could be a part of it all. We want to spotlight one of the songs from that evening, a great set. This song is 87 to 90 by Ben Basili on his album, Benergy. Again, that's an evening I'm never going to forget. A lot of energy from the crowd, a lot of energy from the band. This is definitely one of the highlights of 2025 so far. And if you want to check out an article of the Atlas, our Ben Basili, check out our website, ourbandshow.com, for more details. Now that we've talked about what we have been doing, let's talk about what we're going to do. The next episode on July 19th, 2025 at 8 p.m. is a special episode number 30 of Our Band Show, co-hosted by Andy of Unsigned518. Andy has curated 4 fantastic acts from the Albany music scene. They're going to come down to the Poughkeepsie studio and they're going to perform for us live. We anticipate a fantastic evening of eclectic music from hip-hop, acoustic, to rock. We're all going to have a great time, and it's going to be one of the best episodes that Our Band Show has ever put on. More information to come this week, so keep an eye on the Our Band Show and Unsigned518 social media channels. Can't wait for this show to take place. With all that said, BJ, back to you.
All right, thanks, man. All right, that was Our Band Show. One of the best things about music in the 518.
Yeah, and actually, we didn't discuss this just before we went on, but I do have a showcase coming up with them in a couple weeks. On July 19th, it'll be on their YouTube. I am bringing 4 artists from the 518. I'm bringing Camtron 5000, Little Saints, Arrow Through Me, and New Monarchy. And we're going to do like a fucking, like a full-on television talk show style show. It's going to be like a 3-hour long show. We're going to have all the bands performing songs and being interviewed by Christian and Patrick at Our Band Show, being interviewed by me, and it's going to be a full live production. I'm actually going down there I'm staying down there the whole weekend.
Oh, no shit.
Because there's a bunch of shit yeah.
Dude, that's awesome.
So yeah, that's happening July 19th. It'll be on streamed live on YouTube, and then I'm sure when it's done, there'll be content from it for all the artists or whatever. But yeah, I'm bringing the 518 down there to I love the guys at Our Band Show. They're fucking awesome.
Oh yeah, those guys rock. Yeah, that's gonna be awesome, man. I can't wait. Jesus.
Hell yeah.
All right, Saturday. There we go. Now we're on a Saturday. They've got some music going on in the Universal Preservation Hall at 7:30.
Have you been there yet?
I actually, okay, so funny story. I was just about to segue into this. I remember the Universal Preservation Hall before it was even remotely done years and years ago. And I went there for a wine tasting. and it was just bare bones. It was just like wood and brick and nothing. There were no decorations. There were just tables up. It was all because they were just in the middle of trying to figure out what to do with it, kind of thing. So it was all kind of slapdash, and it was great. But you were essentially just drinking inside like an old empty out church. And I think I was at a wedding there.
Yeah, because I've been there a few times for like the Eddie's Hall of Fame awards.
Yeah.
They have like the dinner there or whatever. But it's a really nice place. It's really cool and like. I don't know. I dig it, and it's like a hidden gem. 'Cause it's like right there.
I've got to exactly. It's right there. I've got to get there because I just haven't seen it finished yet. And honestly, Sophistifunk and Tops of Trees. That's a reason to go right there.
Yeah, fuck yeah. You should go check it out.
Yeah. With that in mind, we're going to be doing Tops of Trees. Light On.
Yeah, let's play Tops of Trees, Light On, and go check them out. Saturday?
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that for the people so they know what they're getting into.
Totally.
All right, so here it is. Light On from Tops of Trees.
All my life I've been sitting now on a fence, believing I was the victim of circumstance. The fear of rejection kept me against that wall. But tonight's the night I'm gonna let it all go, and I'm gonna heed that call. 'Cause I've been waiting so long, this could be my chance. No time to wait, I gotta dance. I gotta dance. The clock on the wall says it's just about quitting time. To play or to fold, I gotta make up my mind. Gotta take a chance right now and get out on the floor. Oh, I might as well hang on my hat and go and walk right out that door. 'Cause I've been waiting so long, this is my chance. Don't hesitate, I gotta dance. I gotta dance. I gotta dance. I gotta dance. Well, the world can be so hard now. Knock you down sideways. Knock you right down on your knee, girl. Till you hang your head and you pray. I need a little bit of light now. I need just one more chance. So help me, Lord, help me, Lord, help me, Lord, help me, Lord. I gotta dance. I gotta dance. I gotta dance. I gotta dance. All my life I wanna be somebody besides me. I was always looking outside myself for that golden key. But the light was shining inside y'all all along. All I had to do was find some faith and love and trust in my own songs. The voices tell me this might be your last chance. No time When it gets dark, turn your light on. 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 Light on.
Right. I love that. Yeah, that was Light On from Tops of Trees.
And you know, BJ, before we go, like obviously, I'm gonna hand it over to you. I want to say, first of all, fucking killer job with just like I texted you a couple weeks ago and was just like, hey, dude, you want to take over the weekend spotlight for me? And you went, yeah. And there was no details, there was no anything, and you've just been a champ the whole time. Just it's been a lot of behind the scenes stuff. Like people may think that it's just, you know, this is just a handoff. We've been doing shit for weeks getting you ready, and I'm very excited to have you do this because like I said, I trust you. You know, and another fun thing that people may not know, and you may not even remember, is the very first. Like, because I've done a couple different podcasts, like going back to like 2011, I think was the first one I ever did. And it was just a conversation podcast. And actually James Gascoigne, when he was in that band with Mary Lee and Ben Garrett, called Party Boat.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I remember that.
They were, yeah, they were, because, you know, it was
Party
right,
Boat.
right in Saratoga. Yeah. And they were on my podcast, and they were the first musical guest that I had. They did a live performance and whatnot. But the first ever podcast that I ever did, the first episode of ever any podcast was me, you, and John Wren. And so you literally were on, and that's lost. Like that's nowhere to be heard. That's completely lost. But the first podcast I ever did was this guy sitting next to me. So I trust BJ. I think that he's going to do a killer job. I almost want to do like one of those videos where it's like, my friend BJ is doing a podcast and you better be nice.
Oh, Jesus.
You know? But anyway, before we go, one of the things that we're going to do on the show, and I'll get you up to speed with it, you know, is pick a hot single every month for Metroland Now. TJ does this list, you know, so we're in July now, so it's June's list. Like once the month ends, TJ compiles all the singles released in the area and puts them out in one place. So we're going to pick a song from the hot singles to play every week. And that'll be something, again, that BJ you'll be doing once I push you out of the nest and you fly.
Yeah, once I settle into this.
And I'll never fucking leave it alone either. Like, you know, I'm going to be popping in on this.
I mean,
show.
you kind of
like,
have to. You know, you're Andy fucking Scullin.
Yeah,
so
and it's here, and we're at my house, so
yeah,
you know, there is that too. But anyway, it will be fucking amazing. So the song that we're gonna play this week off Hot Singles is from Kat McKenzie. It's called How to Disappear, and I've done, as you know, a couple of films with Frank Palangi.
Yes.
And Kat was in one or maybe even two of the three that I've done. So she's done stuff, and Frank produces her work. He produces or makes her videos, and she's really great songwriter, really, really great songs, and a really cool person. So we're going to check out How to Disappear from Kat McKenzie, and I do suggest that you look it up and give her some streams and give her some love on online and get those songs out there to the world.
Fast
All right, everybody, that was How to Disappear by Kat McKenzie. You know what? And I just want to say thanks for having me, 518, and thanks to all the people the handful of people that knew I was coming into this, that were genuinely excited. It makes me feel like I can just step into this with a degree of confidence, and Andy makes this look so easy, and I'm still going to be getting into this. So in the coming days, you know, you're going to see me develop, and I'm going to hear myself develop, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So guys, thank you so much. Thanks to everybody. Thanks to everybody in the past, and thanks to everybody in the future for this. I'm BJ Schwinghammer, and this is Unsigned518's Weekend Spotlight. Stay cool, 518.
I'm calling shotgun. Where's the party tonight? Let's take a ride with Schwinghammer driving. It's the Weekend Spotlight.